Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. It's a brisk 30 degrees out today, so it's going to be a little bit of a chilly review. And you know what? If you're stopping by for the second time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Do yourself a favor. Just stick around for all of our reviews. One reason why I want to tell you guys to subscribe to this channel for reviews is because when we do gun shooting reviews, it's done by two different people with two completely different shooting styles and hands. So you get a really good perspective on this channel. One from Randy and one from Andy. So anyways, we're going to get into shooting the Smith & Wesson CSX. We're going to go for accuracy, feel, not so much reliability because we're only going to be doing 100 rounds today, plus or minus. But let's get on into it.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats. From review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Alright, just a quick recap. This is the Smith & Wesson CSX Micro Compact 9. Single action only. So this is, I don't want to call it a 1911, but in the style of a 1911 or a revolver. You cock the hammer, you pull the trigger. Single action means that the trigger is doing one action only, and that is dropping the hammer. So, nice gun that way. It does have nice texture on the back. Again, stick around for some more reviews because today we are going to be comparing this against the Hellcat, the Shield, the P365. So everything that you could be looking for. Also, I'll give some more thoughts and opinions on initial overall review. So far, I'm still happy with it. But I'm sorry, today I forgot my 10 round magazine. All I have is the 12. So let's go ahead and load this up and get some rounds on target. This ain't easy at 30 degrees.
No, it's not.
Today we're going to be shooting some Browning 9mm 124 grain. So these aren't the 115s, they're not the 145s. Somewhere right in the middle. Happy medium. Yeah, this hurts. Okay, managed to get 12 rounds in there. One thing I'm not really excited about is this little spacer on the magazine. I wish that was just part of the base plate. That'd be nice. I feel like if this is tumbling around in your range bag, you're going to wind up losing this spacer. First thought on that. Let's go ahead and load all 12 rounds in here. Went in just fine. And we are chambered. So full 12 round magazine, and I did chamber around just fine. Safety's on. If you didn't watch my review on this, the safety is really nice. It's not too hard. It's definitely not too soft. You're not going to accidentally bump that off, but it's really in a good place it's just in a really nice place. So the first rounds out of this, I'm absolutely going to shoot at nothing. Actually, I'm going to try and hit a gong at 100 yards. It ain't going to happen, but that's where I'm going to shoot. I want to test the trigger feel on it. That'll be my first objective on it, just to feel the trigger. When you're watching me shoot this, and if you see it rise too much, I don't want you to be concerned about any of that. All I'm going to be doing is paying attention to the trigger. Here we go. Can anybody help me? Okay, we do have a loaded firearm right here, but I do want to show you the safety's on. I want to show you this trigger right here. We do have a flat blade on here for a trigger safety. Once you take that safety up, there is a very minimal amount of play in there. It's not a big deal. If you have watched my review, you will see or remember that the reset on this is absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and send a couple down, and keep in mind this is trigger thoughts only. Might be a little bit heavy. Do a couple more. That reset is tremendous. I'm paying a little bit too much attention to this trigger, so I'm feeling it it's a little bit hard, a little bit heavier than the 5 pounds I anticipated on the tabletop review. If you don't pay too much attention to it, it actually feels like a 4-pound trigger. But if you sit there and try and squeeze one off, it's a little bit heavier. But if you don't pay too much attention to it, woo, it's a nice trigger. You're not running through a whole bunch of steps, a whole bunch of creep or anything. You take up that slack, you're right on the wall, and it breaks right off. I like that. I mean, really, if you're not paying attention, you'll accidentally squeeze one off just because of the no creep and the wall of a single action only pistol. A very nice trigger. By very nice, I'm saying we're going to be talking about this grip here in a second for sure. By nice, I'm saying you're not going to, if you're shooting for groups, you might find that there's a problem with the trigger, but if you're just out wanting to get off some rounds, you're not even going to know this trigger's here. It's a really nice trigger. There's nothing at all bad that I have to say about it. Of course, this isn't a precision shooting weapon, so expectedly, you're not going to get your 1911 squeeze off on it, but it's still a very, very nice trigger. Overall, happy with the trigger. I wouldn't improve it any. I have heard, okay. When I do these reviews, I don't like to go in and watch everybody else's reviews and get, again, preconceived notions of what to expect out of this firearm. I did watch 2 videos. One was Plinkster, one was Nuttin. Nuttin said that the trigger was junk. I do not think so at all. Not at all. It's a good, quick trigger, and I enjoy it. And that was a 12-round magazine, first 12 runs through it on the trigger. Andy, you want to run this, see what you think of it?
All right, guys, I think I got 10 rounds loaded up in the CSX. Let's see what I think about it. First thing I'm going to say, I think this trigger is actually fantastic. There's a very, very small creep and you're at a wall. You're almost at the wall instantly. The recoil for being a micro 9 is actually extremely manageable. I'm not noticing having to re-grip even with the smaller base on the magazine. I like that trigger a lot.
Just a quick little inspection on the brass. You can see that the firing pin is knocking the snot out of that primer. I don't think we're going to have any problems there. All right, now I'm going to get into just testing the recoil, the comfort of the gun. Like I said, the first shots from me, I was really just wanting to feel this trigger out. Now I'm going to just test out the recoil management, see how she does. I really, really like that slide release too. That's really nice, really nice. And again, the safety's really good. Recoil management, one-handed. See, when you pay attention to that trigger, it's a little bit heavy, but if you just squeeze one off, it's fantastic. Back to recoil. Definitely manageable, very manageable. I'm not left-handed, so definitely not my strong hand. Did you see how that stayed flat? I guess that might have rose up a little bit, but I get a reload in here. Be a little bit more mindful of what I'm doing and paying more attention. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It something's going on right up in this area here. I know exactly what it is. It's the safety. There's a little nubbins here on the safety that's starting to get into my swell right there. Other than that, the recoil is, man alive, I've felt a lot worse. Super controllable though. I don't know how else to put it. It's extremely controllable. Yeah, getting right back on target. Of course, I'm not hitting a 100-yard gong, but that's where I'm aiming. And each time I come back down, I know that I'm back on that gong. So recoil management is excellent on this, and that's just from my point of view. The texturing on everything is just fine for me. Like I say, what I'm feeling back here is just all this junk right here. I'm feeling these little notches. I think that's something that you can get over time. I don't know how many rounds are in here, but let's just go ahead and give a full send on them. Yeah, the recoil on it is really nice, and the possibility of this hurting is me holding on to it so tight. I'm gonna give you about 5 more rounds of impressions on the recoil because I do want to check some things out. All right, I'm gonna loosen up my grip just a little bit, and no offense to the ladies, but what this is going to simulate is if you don't have very good grips, this will definitely show if it's going to be a good gun for the ladies or not with not so good grips. See, we're cycling. It's jumping up a good amount, but some of my other micro 9s jump up a lot higher. But it's not coming out of my hand. It's not slipping at all. So this back strap here and the front strap is definitely doing its job. Not slipping out of my hand whatsoever. Okay, so you don't want to hold on to it too loosely because you will get a light cycle. But I'm holding on to it super loose. There really shouldn't be anybody shooting this with a grip as loose as I'm holding it. I mean, I'm barely holding it. So yeah, overall well, that might be a problem there, my coat being in it. Overall, the recoil on this is fantastic. I think the recoil management could be used from all types of people can handle this weapon for sure. Let's see what Andrew has to say.
All right, guys, let's send a couple more rounds downrange.
Hey guys, I just wanted to step in here real quick and give an explanation of this. The only gun Andy has with a safety on it is a Ruger SR-22, so this is a little bit comical.
Is that backwards? Isn't the safety usually up?
Safe is up.
No, isn't down usually safe and then up, you flick up?
Down's always unsafe.
Really?
So on the SR22, safety is down and fire is up.
The recoil is so easily manageable. It's really easy to get right back on target on where you're aiming. I noticed that a lot different in my Hellcat. It really has a whop to it, kind of snapping back. But this being all steel frame and slide, I think it helps with managing the recoil a lot, especially for how small of a barrel is in this gun. I think that really helps with managing the recoil. And as far as the trigger goes, I really don't have much to say except that I like it a lot. I like the trigger a lot. There's very little creep. You are at the wall, you break, you come back to reset. It's all really minute little fractions in there. It's a really, really nice trigger. I like it a lot.
Now I'm actually going to shoot some paper with this and see how accurate it is. I'm only going to be shooting at 7 yards right now, and depending on how that looks, I might move out to 25. Yeah, let's just shoot at 7. We'll see how she does, and if it does good, I'll move out to 25, see how it does out there. I'm not like a world champion shooter or anything, so I'm gonna rest up against this post and just give me the best chances that I can get for accuracy. So there we have 12 rounds, 7 yards, a 5-inch spread thereabouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 to 5. Actually, if you're shooting a concealed carry permit, this is all 100% acceptable. Even at 7 yards, that's still decent. It's not amazing. I'm not going to lie. That's not amazing, but it's decent. That's a good 7-yard group. I feel that if I run out to 25, we're just going to cover the whole paper. Might still do that anyway for you. So I guess I'm going to load a new magazine, come up top a little bit more, run off a little more rapid fire. Not going to town, but I'm going to see how fast I can go and still be accurate. Okay, so offhand, a little bit of rapid, perspectively, a little bit of rapid fire at the head, and see how it looks on paper. These fingers right here had slipped all the way back, but my right hand gun grip has not moved at all. And it's not an awful grip. It's not like overly grippy. It's just right. It's not hurting, but this really stuck in my hand. That's cool. All right, so here's my 7-yard rounds. The ones I just shot in fairly rapid. There's 11 rounds right in here. I can't find my 12th. It might be right here. I really don't feel like I fell off the paper anywhere. So, you know, for 7 yards, getting right back on target and, I don't know, shooting kind of fast. Don't get me wrong, it's not competition fast, but fairly fast. And it's not much better than the standing rested group right here. So this was offhand. This is really not a bad group at all. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll do the job. And all those that Andy just shot, those were all their center mass. So yeah, I think we're working on a fairly good group for a micro non-competition gun, just self-defense. I really do think this is decent. That was a 150 round box. So, you know, we've definitely spent around about 100 rounds through this. Just about every round has been on camera. As you guys saw, that the accuracy, it's up to par. It's an easy shooting gun. Like, you can handle it all day long. The only part, I'd say after 500 rounds, this little grip right here is going to chew you up a little bit. But other than that, you know, it's really great. And like I said, this safety right here might be causing me problems, but after, yeah, you just learn how to work around it, and that gave me no problems after just a couple magazines. So the little safety right here, I showed you earlier, just a little bit too many cracks and a little bit too many sharp edges there. And that's just the initial shots, guys. I got over it after that. Didn't feel it anymore. I don't feel any hot spots whatsoever. The reliability, didn't have one malfunction, all except for me seeing exactly how loose I can hold this gun without it actually coming out of my hand. That was just a failure to feed, and that was my goal, is to see how far I could get before it had a failure to feed. So it's not a malfunction on the gun. That was me testing to see, like, if everybody can use this gun, not just strong, semi-strong men. Everybody can use this gun. I don't have anything bad to say about it at all, except for the sights. I wish that it was tritium sights. The single action only trigger is fantastic. Just everything about it, it's comfortable, it's ergonomic. And as you can see on the table right here, we've got some other guns behind me, so stick around, guys, because we are going to be comparing this to the Shield, the Hellcat, the 365. So like I say, you know, also these bullets here, 300 rounds, $100. Guys, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That will financially help us out to bring us more quality videos. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there